Hello everybody and welcome. So today I was going to show you guys one of my other planet aquariums. This is a very small, simple, dirted tank. Only fish in here is a betta, as you can probably see him at the top now. I'm just going to talk a little bit about this tank, give you a brief little overview of it. So I've had this tank up for about 5 or 6 months, and it really has matured very, very nicely. The plants are starting to do very well, and the algae has really gone down. As you can tell, this entire tank is full of plants. I don't have any other hardscape in here. It's just all plants for the betta to swim through, which he really, really enjoys. So, talk a little bit about the plants. One big one you may have noticed right away is the reddish purple green plant on the left, or sorry, the left-right, one that the betta's at right now. That's just a red lily. It's really nice. It goes straight up to the top. It also has these big, sprawling, really big leaves and stuff that don't go straight up to the top and that just kind of hover around the bottom and slowly get bigger and bigger. It's really easy to trim this plant, and also gets very, very large and grows very, very quickly. So it's a little more of a maintenance hassle, but it's still very, very beautiful. Kind of around the lily pad is a bunch of, like right around here and stuff, you can see it. It's actually just a bunch of moss. This is the same moss that I have in my shrimp tank, my 5-gallon shrimp tank. Very, very simple moss, nothing really complex there. I just kind of put it on the substrate and it's starting to grow. It's growing really, really nicely. Over here, we have some, just a normal green crypt. Now the betta's looking at me because he's probably hungry. But as you can see, these things are growing very, very nicely. I bought all the crypts in this tank that kind of go all the way around those other stem plants. I bought all those from one small pot, and they've grown into all these big, giant, bushy plants over the course of the 6 months, actually. Over here, behind this crypt right here, is some giant hairgrass. This is just some leftover stuff I had when I set up this tank a while back. Behind that, in this giant patch, is a bunch of rotala, which is, I've only had it for about a month, but it's already more than doubled in size, and I've trimmed it back several times, and I have a bunch of stems, which is really, really nice. It looks really, really good. So there's pretty much the plants. The fish is actually a very interesting story. I ordered this fish off of Betta something.com, which is a company out in Thailand that basically breeds high-quality bettas and ships them here to the United States. So that's where this guy comes from. My sister also has one of these in one of her own tanks. May make a video on that later. So yeah, that's it really for the fish and plants. Oh, actually, there's at the top. I'll show you. It's a little top view. So you can see I have a bunch of duckweed, and then there's all the lily pads that are floating up here. I think it gives it a really nice look. It makes it feel a little bit more complete, because the tank isn't very high off the ground, so you'll probably look at it a bunch from the top anyway. I do need to fill it up, though, which is why it's really low. I don't normally leave it at this, but yeah, so we'll move here to a different angle. Okay. There's just another perspective for you guys to look at the tank from. So, talk a little bit about the equipment. We have a very standard heater and a Whisper 20, so it's a filter made for a 20-gallon tank. And this is probably somewhere in the region of 5 to 10 gallons. It's a weird custom one that my grandpa got at a garage sale, so I don't really know how many gallons it holds. The lights is a Fluval brand lights, an LED. Actually, the plants are growing really well. Granted, it's right next to some windows, so it does get a lot of natural light. But aside from that, it seems like it's growing the plants really, really well. And it's, looks really nice. It's not really boxy or anything. It's not really unattractive at all, and it hides really well in this cube tank. So the next real thing is the substrate. That's the one really unique thing about this tank, is that I use a dirt substrate. This method is based primarily off of Dustin's dirted tank guide. So basically in it, there's a bunch of little red clay balls that are, like almost like a modeling clay, but there's no dyes or anything. It's just non-baked clay. And oyster shells, which are kind of turned into small chunks, which increases the KH, and the clay raises the iron in the tank, which the plants always really need. Now, you don't need those to actually have a really good dirted tank, or substrate rather. it's just advisable. It does, you know, increase certain parameters that the plants really like. But it's not necessary. I have several dirted tanks that don't have that, and they still grow plants really well, and they still look good. So I'm not, you know, it's not necessary. So that's just really some of the quick overview of the tank. If there's anything else about this tank you would want me to explain in detail, leave a comment. Also check out my blog site. I'll probably put more detailed information. I'll put some old pictures of this tank on there with a link to the video, and link to that will be in the description, so you can go check that out. Also, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, like the video, give me more ideas about what videos I may make in the future. I'm probably going to go through and show you guys the rest of my tanks in the course of maybe a couple weeks. I'll probably just take you through and show you everything. Aside from that, I'll probably just do some update videos, but, you know, whatever you guys want me to do, I'm going to keep this open to you, so whatever you want me to see me do, I'll try and do that. So, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Later.